you know, I wouldn't have found by myself. You know, so I credit a lot of it to you guys. So let's try to get more people in here because I think the more people we get in here, the more brain power we have. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. And nobody's talking about this right now. So if you're in here, you're getting knowledge that nobody knows. And to be honest, we've been doing this for quite some time now. Like what we've been talking about for the past 3 4 years, we knew the bottom was here. We're more bullish than anybody on TikTok at the time. Like I was literally had SPY 500 when SPY was 350, and begging people to get long and saying, come on now, the market is extremely bullish even when we were falling, and now you see where SPY is right now. It's at 600. Okay, I think it's gonna end up getting to 650. Where is it right now? Yeah, I think this still has like $100 move in the works. I still think I still think SPY has $100 move in the works. And if you're turning bearish right here, you're doing, to me personally, I really think you're doing yourself a disservice. Or the top could be in, and we are in a recession. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Haven't been wrong this entire run. Every single time we have a nice dip, like right here, you can look at the YouTube videos. I beg people to buy the dips. Even in August when we had that huge dip, like it was like a $60, $70, $80 dip back in August. This was actually ended up being the most bullish dip for small caps, and the same thing is happening right now. Okay, you're getting a money rotation. Okay, the reason that these stocks drop so hard is because money is getting taken from these bigger caps. Yeah, but the money's going to come flooding back into these smaller caps, and that's what I was trying to say with PLTR. So you look at the Qs. This drop that you had was from July to August. Okay, you come to PLTR. PLTR wasn't doing anything from, like, it was just sitting here. It went from $13 to $26. It was a $13 move. Okay, in 2 years, that's what it did. And then when the small caps and euphorium came to the markets because the money rotated, because smart money, big money was realizing there's more gains to be made in smaller caps right now because the big caps have already ran up, like Microsoft and Nvidia and Apple, like they're already at all-time highs. To get another 2x, these would have to get to 6 7 trillion, which is not going to happen this cycle. It's going to happen in maybe 5 10 years, I don't know, but it's not happening right now. So to get a 2x, you would have had to get in 2022. Keep up, okay? Keep up. We're gonna be talking. We're gonna be talking quick. We're gonna be talking fast. But if there's people in here that know what I'm talking about. In 2022, 2023, that was the time to be getting into Microsofts and to get into the Nvidias and to get into the Apples because you could get a 2x. Now what's happening in August last year, what you're seeing is you had that huge drop, and the money rotated to what? To small caps and mid caps. I can show you a plethora of stocks, small cap, mid caps that took off, started getting acute, started going crazy in August after that dump in August and September. The same thing is what you're seeing right now. PLTR is a perfect example. In August, this is the August dump, the August and July dump that you had last year. Okay, and then all of a sudden, once that dump was done, we all knew the market was going to go back to all-time highs. I went live. You had the same people scared, saying the market is not going to go to all-time highs. The market is topped out. Saying the same thing now. And then what you had was this thing, small caps and mid caps getting invested into heavily. Okay, and then you saw in just 6 months, in just 6 months, this thing went from $30 August 2024 to $125 in February. So it took it 7 months to get above $100. Meanwhile, this thing was consolidating between $17 and $25 for a year and a half. Okay, so what you're getting right now is a dump. Yeah, we're getting a dump. But the reason we're getting a dump is because this money is going to end up rotating. The money people are taking out of Nvidia. Nvidia is losing hundreds of billions, 200s of billions per day. Okay, that money's gonna come back into Nvidia, but there's also some money going to be rotated into smaller caps. So you got the test pump. Okay, this is the test pump for small caps. You can look at like Lemonade. Okay, look at what happened in August. Okay, this was the July dump, the July and August dump inside of the stock market last year in 2024, where you had the Qs drop $80, sort of like what you're seeing now. And then, first of all, this thing just consolidated and chopped for the past 3 years. And then what you have is this going from $19 to $53 in the span of a couple months. So you're getting, this was the test pump, okay? Now you're getting a retest of the test pump. So, I mean, what do you think is going to happen now? Do you think the test pump is done? Do you think there's not a second pump? You know, that's why I love the market. We don't know. This is just a hypothesis, something that, you know, either we're going to be right on, which we've been right a lot. This could be wrong though. I don't know. You know, I'm no Buffett. You know, I'm no Buffett, but is this going to be right or wrong? It should be interesting to see. I think this is going to curl up. I think a lot of small caps are going to curl up and go absolutely crazy. I think we are going to get a euphoric type run. I mean, this was already euphoric. First of all, this was already kind of like a euphoric run, but we're going to get an ultra euphoric run. Okay, and also even when you look at the fear and greed index, so I said we're going to zero. Even if you look at the fear and greed index, we're in extreme fear. And also, if you look at like the August, I like talking back to the August point because that was where we had a significant correction, or you know, short, you know, bearish price action. And you look at where it topped out, the puts and calls. This is where, you know, you can track how many people are in puts, how many people are in calls. You had a lot of people getting into puts. August 8th, it was around 0.93, and then you actually had this was another bearish moment where you had that pullback in September. And then, you know, you had all time, and then the market just went ballistic, went to all time highs, and it never, it's like lagging a bit, I see. So I'm gonna wait. All right. Then you had the all time highs, and this never went back above 0.85 until now. Okay, so you're getting this finally back above 0.8, 0.85. That's what I'm saying. You know, it could have another spike to 0.93. You know, it could go up a little bit more. But I believe the market is finding a bottoming. Okay. I mean, this has already fallen, you know, a lot. Let me see. How much does this fall? 13%. 15%, which is even crazier. Nobody talked about this back in August. But yeah, that's the main thing I'm watching. Put in the comments what stocks you guys want to look at. We'll take a peek at them. And yeah. Climate is different now than in July. Why? Because tariff news. The thing you gotta know about tariff news, he can easily say tomorrow, I don't want to do tariffs anymore. Okay, tariff. If you're betting on tariff news being the all be bearish factor, man, you're gambling, bro. He can just come on tomorrow morning and say, I don't want to do tariffs anymore. Do you think the market rockets on that news, or do you think it falls on that news? I mean, he's been spamming tariff news this entire week. Another 10% downside. This is what I mean, by the way. First of all, we've fallen 13%, okay? Somebody's saying another 10% downfall, 23%. So you're predicting we've topped out and there's a recession. We're in a recession right now, which, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. You know, I'm all about hypothesis. I'm all about theory, you know? Potentially, maybe. I have no clue. That's not what I think is going to happen, and that's the beauty of the market. The thing you got to know about the market is literally the market is going to do what the market is going to do, okay? One of us is going to be right, one of us is going to be wrong. There's going to be people that got it, people that didn't. And then we're going to come back and, you know. That's not true. You don't. You could be in a recession. Like you could. President Trump could come out and say we're in a recession at the top. By the way, a recession I don't think is tied to how far the market goes down. A recession is tied to is it announced or not. Recession is 20% minimum. What's a good entry on SoFi? A good entry on SoFi is literally right now. Well, 2 days ago, or this week, last week, where you had it retest. This is what I'm talking about. You have. This is what happened. September and August. This was in September and August downfall right here on SoFi. Okay, after that consolidation that it had for so long, and then it finally started taking off because the money rotated into SoFi. That's what's happening. That's what's going to end up happening again right here. You got a perfect entry. This is the perfect entry because it retested. It retested the breakout. It had its first test pump. First test pump retest. And now, to me, you're going to end up getting that second pump to the upside. And the thing with these setups that you're seeing right here, where you have that 3-year long accumulation, then you have that breakout, is that these usually always come back up and retest the all-time high. Okay, we've been talking about this for some time now. So I think this can get to back to its all-time high above $20 for sure, like 22, 25. Extremely, I like it, extreme bull case. Bull case. I think this could get to 40 plus, and the reason that's not crazy. SoFi is gonna crash. SoFi is a great company. Even if it crashes, it's a good buy. I don't think it's gonna crash. I think you're gonna see big price targets before it crashes. Even right here, even if you're bearish on SoFi, being bearish on SoFi right here is kind of crazy. I mean, you look at, where this has been bottoming on the RSI, like it literally hit the, like it hasn't ever gotten below where it got below the last week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, it's never gotten below there. It's bounced off, and then what usually happens, you get a nice ride to the upside. So at least wait for a bigger bounce to the upside if you're bearish on SoFi. But I don't think you should be bearish. What's up, bro? I just got funny. Congratulations. But yeah, I think SoFi looks very good. And what you're seeing with these setups, accumulation, first pump. I mean, you can look at Robinhood, you can look at Coinbase, you can look at Palantir. You have the accumulation, and then you have that. Then you have the first pump, and then you have the real euphoric type pump. Robinhood looks amazing as well, by the way. But SoFi is just a lagger. It was a more small cap. It was a smaller small cap than Robinhood and PLTR. So of course it didn't get the huge pump that it had back in August and September, or no August and September, like this had. Okay, like this thing was at where SoFi is right now, $13. Then it went all the way to $68, $67. Like I don't think you guys understand. I don't think a lot of you guys understand like what's going on right now. Like there's a lot of crazy setups in the market, and instead of buying a good dip, instead of looking at, oh my gosh, this is a good dip, you're looking to short some stocks that already made a 47% correction. Like to me, that's just crazy. To me, that's just crazy. Now, could this go down and make a 80, 90% drop? I mean, that'd be crazy. Like somebody said the market going down another 10%, that would at least erase this back to $20 if the Q's is going down another 10%. So we'll have to see, but I think this is going to $100, $100+ dollars. Robinhood, anyways. Yeah. Put in the comments what other stocks you guys want to look at. Put in the comments what stocks you guys want to look at. To look at the next stock, though, we got to get the live stream at least 5K. 5K likes, and we'll continue. Whole market going to tank this week, 540s. Hey, man. That's the beauty. We'll get to see. We shall see. And, 540s, that is a level that I have. If we break below 540, that's crazy. 550 was the other level that I had, and it bounced off 550 perfectly. And, it needs above 566. It obviously needs above some certain levels. But, 540, I wouldn't rule it out. I really wouldn't. Because I do think the calls and options chain could spike up a bit higher. I mean, we saw that 0.93 back in back over here in August and September, and I don't know what news was happening back here, but it couldn't have been as worse. It couldn't have been as bad as the tariff news, right? What was happening back then? What was happening back then? QBTS. What is QBTS, bro? D Wave Quantum. Oh yeah, it's funny. Every quantum computers or quantum whatever, these are gonna end up going crazy, bro. These are probably gonna be the stock, and this is only 3 billion. For this to get to $50, it just needs to go to what? 15? No, 3 times 5. Yeah, 15 billion, and it's 3 billion, right? Like by Euphorium, it's gonna look like Euphorium because what's gonna end up pumping is the stocks, like the small caps and mid caps. Like PayPal is a $60 billion stock. For it to just get to $200, for it to get to $200, it would need to go to a market cap of like 180 billion. Okay, if you know anything, you know what the market's been doing. Like that's nothing. Nvidia, Microsoft, those put on hundreds of billions per day and lose it per day. That money's going somewhere else. But yeah, I like it. I like this one. Now, of course, like the best entry would have been if you got in on Monday last week. Okay, but I do think this is going to continue to go to the upside. This is a and look at when it started taking off. When it really started, getting its legs was August, September. Like this was the first small cap, mid cap wave that you saw, and then you got the consolidation. Now the second wave, in my opinion, is about to happen soon. This isn't a good entry. Those things are already up 50%. At least wait for some sort of pullback if you still like it. but yeah, I think this is gonna continue to go. I think it's gonna continue to go. But dang, like you need a better entry on this one, bro. Twilio. Let's look at Twilio. Twilio looks amazing. And I want to pay more attention to the weekly charts. This is what I mean. There's so many good setups in the market. So many. I want to see if this came down to the exact buying area, which would be crazy, of the first leg, and it did. It did. It did. So, and this is a $15 billion stock, okay? This is a $15 billion stock. For this to go back to $300 or all-time highs, it would just need to go up like 30, 40 billion, okay? And this is a perfect buying area. Like I said, the pump started, the small cap and mid cap pump started happening August and September. You got the first wave. Now you're getting the retest of the first wave, and the second wave should send this even higher. I mean, we could draw up price targets if the bottom happened on Monday. This could easily get back to 123 and 186 and 300. So yeah, I like it, bro. I like it, and the stocks that are doing this, I love it. Okay, they had that 3 year long accumulation that you saw from, and this is a stock that we've liked for some time now. I remember talking about this when it was $55 back in. If you've been following me for a while, this was one that we liked. And somebody said like the top 3-5 stocks we recommended. Like we were recommending Twilios and MSTRs back when it was dirt cheap, back in 2022, 2023, 2024 a little bit, but now like the top 5 recommendations, I would say, if you're long-term investing, to be honest, there's not anything that I'm looking at like, yeah, that's fire, just because I do think there's going to be some sort of recession in the future and some sort of bear market in the future, so you'll probably get a lot better prices on a lot of stuff versus these jacked up prices that you're kind of getting now. But if I was looking at anything, I'd be looking at like China maybe. Like I think some of these stocks are cheap. Like I think somebody said Billy, and Billy looks incredible. Like Baidu, stuff like that. Just because I know China is going to go through an extreme bull market to 36,000. That's what I think is going to happen with China, and I mean, the what's happening right now for the past year since March, for an entire year, this thing has just been in an uptrend. Okay, where you have these higher lows and you have these higher highs, and the China economy booming, and you can't short stocks, and they're getting QT, and there's a lot of bullish stuff happening in China. So if I was to recommend five stocks, I would say something in China. And you kind of miss Baba. Like we've been talking about Baba since it was $80, $70, and you could have bought some stocks, you could have bought some equity. Now I'm gonna say like you want to be paying attention to like Baidu. I think Baidu is extremely like it's just undervalued, especially when you look at what they're actually doing. Like they're building AI, and it's like the Google of China, and the revenue's 4 billion. Okay, like they have a reported 4 billion in revenue, and their market cap is only 33 billion. Okay, and if you know United States stocks, like let me just put this into perspective. Planeteer has a $827 million reported revenue. Okay, and the market cap is 202 billion. They have like a 90x. Okay, they have a 9x versus Baidu. They have a 9x, undervalued, and it's a China stock, and it looks great, and it's curling up, putting in like what we like to see, these higher lows. This should put in a higher high here soon. Okay. So yeah, China looks great. Billy looks absolutely amazing. You look at something like Billy, and this like the YouTube China. It's putting in what Baba was doing, where you had the Adam and the Eve, and Baba is doing the same thing, or Baba did the same thing but already took off, where you had the Adam and you had the Eve, and this actually went crazy. This is gonna go to $218. But yeah, I didn't skip Kava. I'm just now seeing it. So if you said the five best stocks, conservative. If I'm being conservative, because I do think you're gonna get a lot better prices, I would just recommend some China, bro. Some China, or maybe some small caps like maybe PayPal. It depends on how long you're trying to hold as well, bro. There's a lot of factors, okay? A lot of factors, and I don't know your situation, bro. I don't know how long you're trying to hold. I don't know if you're talking about swing trades or leaps or but Kava. Yeah, what is this stock doing, bro? It should bounce right here, just because small caps are gonna bounce. But bro, what is this doing, man? There's not enough data for me to really like it. This will be an amazing short when the market actually does turn bearish. Kind of like what you saw this past month. I do think this is gonna get a nice bounce. Okay, I do, because like I said, look what happened in August. Look what happened in August 5th. Okay, well, like I said, when a small cap wave hit the markets. Okay, this is the first small cap wave from August until February. That was the first small cap, mid cap, huge wave. Big investors coming in small cap, mid cap. This thing went from $79 to $170. Okay, this is the largest move that it's had. This is over 135, and I'm saying this. Keep up. I'm gonna say this. It's never made a move like that out of all the stock market pump. Okay, this is the biggest and longest move. Like I even gave it some leeway right here, to be honest with you. That was the biggest move it had. So what you should expect now is you got the first wave. This is a retest of the first wave. Okay, so you should get another move to the upside. How big? I don't know. Do I know? Do I think this is gonna be a great stock to short though? Like eventually, yeah, absolutely, bro. Usually IPOs that come out in bull markets don't do that well until the next cycle. Okay, like you saw, like usually IPO stocks that come out when a bear market is set, when a bear market is gonna come, which I think is gonna come. these stocks don't perform good. Okay, I mean, you look at Plantier IPO'd in a bull market in 2020, 2021, where you had that extreme bull market, and it went from $9 to $44, and then it dropped all the way back down. It went below IPO price. Okay, so is it a good stock to invest in long term? Right now, I don't think so, but I think eventually it probably will be. Um, and yeah, this is what happened to Plantier. But you look at what happened to it after, right? Once it got back into a bull market. So IPOs that come out in bull markets, you want to be careful because a lot of the market is in euphoria. A lot of investors are just throwing around money, and so yeah, I think this is gonna get it back up to 116, and it needs above 116, and then we can talk about all-time highs, etc. But I do think a bounce is gonna come. I'd be preparing for that versus trying to continue to short it. I mean, you've already missed a huge short move. So, maybe expect some consolidation and, potentially move to the upside, or maybe just expect a violent move to the upside, kind of like what happened right here. Put in the comments what the stocks you guys want to look at. We'll take a peek at them. What do you recommend for next week call options? I need some rent money. To be honest, bro, we got to see how the market opens on Monday. I get into day trades, but, that's more of we got to see what's happening that day because stocks move up and down, especially during the day. And you have FOMC. Okay, what I'm mainly talking about on here is what looks good a month from now calls, which is probably what most of you guys should be focusing on anyways, because it's safer. It's safer, less risky. The highest risk stuff you could do is like day trading, trying to time the market daily. Like, that's crazy. Now, of course, you can get into some stuff, and I probably average like 2 trades a week, 3 trades a week. When it looks perfect, like you gotta wait for perfect setups. But if you're just staring at your screen from Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., like, come on, bro, you're bound to make a lot of mistakes. You're not him against these supercomputers, okay? You're not that guy. You're going up against some super. You're not going up like a lot of people think they're going up against people. Like, no, bro. You're going up against some superhuman computers. That's who you're going up against. You're not going up against no human. Probably like like retail, but like, come on now, they're not moving the market. We're not moving the market, bro. Yeah, I know what Kava is. Bro said blah 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 chart Ethan link. I know why you said blah blah blah, because I know you losing a lot of money on Ethan link. He said, please be bullish on Ethan. Please be bullish on Ethan. Please say something bullish on Ethan, man, because. So, I'm not even mad at you for saying blah, blah, blah. I know you mad, bro. I know you're mad, man. ETH hasn't done anything. Matter of fact, it's back at 2022 prices, man. I bet you would have just bought. I bet you wish you just bought some Bitcoin. You could have bought anything. You could have bought anything and outperform ETH. Link too. Let me see. Yeah, man. So these are just garbage investments. Just hold them, bro. Like, there's nothing to chart, dude. Stop trying to chart it. There's nothing to chart, man. This thing is gonna go when the crypto market goes. There's nothing to chart on these things, man. There's nothing to chart on these things, dude. Yeah, man. Just to be honest, yeah, bro. There's a lot of better things to hold besides this. I'll tell you that. What about Disney? Riot? Hey, man, I'm not the one who told you to get into Ethan Link. Don't be mad at me, bro. I'm just on here, chilling, hanging out. You don't gotta be mad at me, dude. I didn't do anything to you, man. I didn't tell you to buy ETH. Like, how you getting mad at me, bro? You just come out here mad? For what? Why are you mad? You mad? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I really don't get it, man. But it'd be different if I told you to buy ETH. Alright, I understand why you're mad, bro. I told you to buy ETH. ETH hasn't done a damn thing for 2-3 years. Okay, I understand why you're mad, bro. Let's look at ETH. I didn't do anything to you, bro. I don't even know you. Disney's about to blow up. Okay, Disney's about to literally. This is the perfect buying area for Disney. If Disney doesn't bounce here, it's going back down. It's going back down to probably like $90, which I doubt. I think Disney's gonna pop here. Like I said, I think mid caps and small caps are ready to make a move. If you look at the like, this is what I mean. Mid caps and small caps are ready to make a move. If you look at what like for March 2024, this is a very important point. A very important point I'm going to make because this is describing perfectly, visually, visually perfect what I've been trying to say this entire stream. So you look at March 18th. This is a mid cap, by the way. It's not. This isn't. I would not put Disney up there with the Fang type stocks, with the Netflixes and Metas and Googles and no, I wouldn't put it up there with that. But March 18th, 2024, the market was going crazy. Okay, the market was going crazy. This is what the market was doing. You had that brief dump, and then you just had the market shooting up, going crazy. Okay, this took it back to all-time highs, and it went. The Qs went from 413 all the way to 500. Okay, it made a $90 move. Disney was just sitting. It actually dumped. Disney dumped hard. Okay, all Disney did the inverse of what the Qs was doing. Okay, that's what it was doing. It did the inverse. It did the inverse. And back here, this was just the accumulation period. Okay, this is the accumulation period because the market was moving upwards this entire time, and all Disney was doing was just accumulating, like the Plantiers and nothing like the Robin Hoods and like the stocks that are going crazy right now. But that was the accumulation period for Disney and multiple stocks that weren't in the Fang. And then you had this huge dump while the Qs was rallying to all-time highs. But what happened right here was the Qs stopped. The Qs went down. Okay, the Q. This was August 5th. We talked about August 5th so many times throughout the last year. I'm not going to go back to the Qs, but the Qs was dumping. The market was dumping, and then you had Disney bottoming out at $85, and then it made its move to $120. Now, why is that? Because the money rotated into small caps and mid caps, got the first pump. And now what's happening is the retest of the first pump. And it actually should bounce right here. It should bounce right here. But if it doesn't, and the market is moving up without Disney, that'd be crazy. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the market is going to move up with Disney because the small caps and mid caps are getting rotated into for the first pump, like you saw here. And the second pump, which is going to be absolutely crazy in my opinion, should take this back to maybe $150. I gotta see $155. I gotta see above 123. I gotta see above 140, 100. I gotta see it inside of this reject area. I gotta see those things. But Disney looks incredible, and I expect Disney to be moving. And Disney actually would have already did it if the market didn't reverse. Okay, Disney was getting. If there wasn't any tariff news and anything, Disney was ready to go crazy. Disney was about to break out, and then you had tariff news, and that's not bullish. But yeah, so if the market does turn back bullish, Disney is going to be a main benefactor because it's a mid cap. PayPal is going to be a main benefactor because it's a mid cap, because it's a small cap. You see what happened? This is the August. Like PayPal, you guys got to realize, man, these stocks weren't doing anything. Okay, these stocks were. This is 2022, by the way. This was July 2022. Okay, the market was in a bear market. This thing's been falling. Like this thing was just falling. Okay, this is like a needed retracement. But this is where the market bottomed. Okay, December 2022, the market bottomed right here. And Qs was going up, PayPal was going down, and just accumulating. And then you finally had the biggest move PayPal has had in 2-3 years, $56 to $90. When? Ding, 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 ding. When did it happen? When did it happen? When did PayPal start picking up? When you had that huge dump last year in August, because the money rotated, like it's doing right now. The money's rotating. The money's getting taken out of the Fang. You see hundreds of billions of losses in Metas and Nvidias per day. The money's getting taken out of there, and they're gonna start splurging on lower caps and mid caps. Why? because you can get a 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x here with less risk. There's less risk, more reward. Like you could put $1 million in PayPal, or you could put $1 million in Nvidia, and the $1 million in Nvidia would have made you more back in 2022, 2023 than it did in PayPal. But right now, if you put $1 million in PayPal, it's going to end up netting you more than Nvidia, because for Nvidia to double up or even 3x, it would need to go to, come on, bro. It would need to go. It's at 3 trillion. It would need to go to 6 trillion. Which, come on, that's not. Come on, like that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Not this cycle, anyways. I think eventually, yeah. But Nvidia's cooked up, so you're gonna get an easier 2x, 3x mix with something like PayPal, and that's what the market realized August 9th. You had that huge push from $56 to $90, and now you're getting the retest of that, and then you should get a rocket ship. If my theory's right, maybe the theory's wrong. Maybe the theory's wrong. Maybe we're in a bear market. Maybe we never see an all-time high. Hey man, it was fun. It was fun, and we're gonna, and you know, it was fun. Is TradingView subscription worth it for charting? I've had it for 2-3 years, and I've never used more than like one indicator, so I didn't even buy it this year. So I would say no. You don't need the TradingView Premium. And this is from somebody that's had it literally my entire. I've had it for 6, 7, 8 years. Okay, you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. I don't even use indicators. I don't even use indicators. I think just the price action, psychology, knowledge, like what we've been talking about, I haven't pulled up one indicator. That stuff I think is more important. And you know, RSIs, I like using the RSIs a lot. Candlesticks, I like using the candlesticks a lot. So what I do is I don't really use indicators. Money printer. Ooh. What do you think about coming week for Qs? Thoughts on next week? Next week, you know, we have FOMC and everything. So we'll have to see. You never know what to expect for FOMC. You know, could there be another brief leg down? Sure. I think, you know, that wouldn't be impossible to say. But do I think we're bottoming? As in, you know, I think around here, inside of this circle somewhere, I think the market is bottoming. Okay. Maybe it gets to 450, 460. In here. Before the next talk, let's try to get to 10K likes. If not, I've been live for 40 minutes. If we don't get to 11K likes, I'm gonna call it a day. We looked over some great stuff. You guys aren't putting tickers in the comments. Make sure you're following the Twitter. Make sure you follow Twitter. It's the same username as this. What's a good page for looking at the charts? TradingView.com. Alright, y'all want me to stay on, bro. Let's get to 3,490 followers on the Twitter. This is a this is literally what I posted on the Twitter. When this spikes out, you usually get bottoms. This was connected to this one where you see the bottom. This one was connected to this one where you saw the retest of the bottom. And then, you know, it ended up going to all-time highs. You never saw it get that high. And now you kind of see it inching up towards that high right here. And that's why I said it could, you know, come down a little bit more. I want to see this spike. If this spikes to 0.90, it'd be better. He said, quit moving the goalpost. Look, man. He's like, quit moving the goalpost. Alright, y'all got me to the ball. I have TradingView, but how can I get scanners on it for the best stocks, etc.? I don't think there is any best stocks. I think there's like, I've been in the game so long to where I just know literally probably all the tickers. I think it's more about just knowing the tickers. Okay, if you look at scanners and everything, you're gonna run into some garbage. Okay, you're literally gonna run into some garbage because those are the, like, especially if you're looking at volume or like how much a stock went up percent wise on the day. You're gonna find some garbage stuff. Okay, so I would just focus on what are we looking at here. I would follow the Twitter, and I would every single stock that a credible person talks about, because I'm not on here looking at BS. I'm not on here looking at penny stock. I'm looking at real companies in the billions of market cap. Okay, I'm not looking at garbage. So every single stock I look at, I will put on my watch list. Like OKTA, like this is a cybersecurity stock that's going to end up going absolutely bananas. Finviz is garbage, in my opinion. We looked at SoFi. You still like SoFi? Made 20 calls? Yes, love them. Hopefully the market bottoms out soon because SoFi is going to get a huge move to the upside, like a lot of small caps, like a lot of mid caps. So for call options, you should look at April 17th or further. I would look even further just to be safer, just to have less risk. Like, I want you to win. And how I've been winning is I look for further out expirations, further out time in the market versus time. Like, you can't time the market. Time the market is very hard to do. And I would always make sure you got, like, don't just come out here to trade, bro. please please be buying stuff to hold for a long time. Okay, like buy some, I don't know, like there's stocks that I could think of, but you know, like buy some stuff. Okay, hold some stuff. Have a long term strategy. Let's say you have $5,000. You shouldn't like day trade with the $500, man. Put the 4,500 on the side and just buy something weekly for $50. Like, you don't need the 5,000, especially if you don't know what you're doing, bro. Like, there's no way. Like, I was talking to somebody. He had 45. He had some money in his account. His whole account was in his whole account. His whole account was in positions. I mean, do your thing, bro. But there's a thing called risk management as well, and you know, if you have 4,500, you should like put 250 in something. There's no rush. The market's open every single day. I have 12 grand. I'm gonna invest in May 20 calls of SoFi. If you have 12 grand, try to get like the Julys. Try to get the July 20s. Buy more time. There's no rush. Yeah, FOMC's this week. What to buy? I mean, I think Hershey's a good buy. It's not like Hershey, bro. Are you serious? Yeah, Hershey. Hershey has dividends. It's at an amazing dip. Like when this thing dips, it always returns back to all-time highs. Huge dips, all-time highs, huge dips, all-time highs. It's a defense stock, so if the market is going down, which I do think there's going to be a bear market, this thing is going up. Dividends, like I said, it goes up pretty fast. $34 billion market cap. This thing was just at 275. It bottomed out at 140. Like it moves. It'll give you a 2x. You know. Okay, got it. I just want a Lambo. Hey man, you're gonna get your Lambo, but you know, lemonade. Appreciate the likes you guys are sending, man. I really do. I really do, and I want to stay live. Base hits, no home runs. Yeah, exactly. Like, um, and it's all about risk management. That's a lot. Like, of course, getting rich fast is cool, and you'll be there eventually. But you know, you're gonna probably end up blowing it. I've had my accounts. I've blown them. Okay, so take it slow. Take it slow. You got 50K. You shouldn't be putting more than like 1,000 in one position like that, and that's a lot. So focus if you focus on keeping your money versus putting it in. I think that's the best thing. Coin will do great. Yeah. Walmart. Yeah, somebody said Walmart. Walmart's a good one. If we're talking about, long term, well, this thing is gone, bro. This thing went up crazy. Okay, but yeah, Walmart is a good one. Well, you can't go wrong with Walmart if you're dollar cost averaging, of course. I actually really like Coinbase. Coinbase is another one where you saw that huge accumulation. Huge accumulation, then you saw a huge run up. This is gonna end up getting to over $500. Um, is this the bottom? I'm not sure. To be honest, I would like to see this come down to 140, just for that huge parabolic run. But is this a good dollar cost average entry? I absolutely think so. There's not that much TA to really look at though. Another good one is WM. They aren't going anywhere. Yeah, I love when we're talking about long-term stuff, man, because a lot of people sleep on that and they focus so much on trading and they miss out on a lot of amazing opportunities. Like, imagine if you were just buying stuff. Like, you just bought good companies and you just held them. I wish I could tell myself that 15 years ago. Yeah, bro, just $20 here, $20 there. Doing both, exactly. But if you're gonna do one, just do investing because you don't know what you don't. If you do both, absolutely, you should. That like if that's why you gotta find communities and go to these live streams and you know talk to people who've been doing it for a while. But yeah, do both if you can. MSTR, MSTY will do fine. Just waiting on Bitcoin. Yeah, I love MSTR. MSTR. If you look at the TikTok, I was telling people to buy MSTR when it was $200 pre-split, telling you it was getting to 3,000. So we forecasted that one perfectly, and to be honest, that it might get to 500, 5,000 pre-split. A lot of Tesla bears coming out of the woodworks. Oh yeah. And I wish I would have just literally. If I would have just said forget everything, I'm just gonna put my whole account in the MSTR, bro. Come on, man. I'll be a bigly. I wouldn't even. Come on, man. I wouldn't even have to trade. I wouldn't have to do anything. I would just buy MSTR, and I would have 10x my whole entire account. So sometimes there's, and that's I'm learning as well. Like I'm on here learning, just like you guys. But you look at Tesla. Tesla, to be honest, the best time to buy this was last week, obviously, when we talked about it. But I do think Tesla is going to continue to move to the upside. It probably, you do definitely want to see this making some higher highs and breaking above some certain levels, especially 260, 265. Okay, and especially where it's at right now, you want to see it holding above it right now, because what you're seeing is higher lows still. Okay, this hasn't made a higher high, believe it or not. If this doesn't break above 252, it hasn't made a higher high. So anticipate this to continue to make higher highs. I do think Tesla's bullish, but you also got to realize where you're buying, especially if you're trading it, which I'm assuming you're trying to get some options for it. And you obviously wanted to get it on that first pullback that it had on Thursday last week. But 1% daily gain is 1,001, and dang, that's crazy. Yeah, when you think about it like that, and it's so hard, that's probably one of the hardest things you can do, especially when you see the money pile up so quick. Like, it's a gift and a curse. You get into a trade, you're up 150% in 12 minutes, and you're just like, yo, I gotta get more. That's greed, by the way. That's greed. That's a sin. Greed is never good, but it happens. So keeping that mentality is hard, but if you can master that, and I'm still working on it. I see 150%. I'm like, yo, let's get it to 250%. I see 20%. I'm like, man, that's garbage. But that's fire. Okay. TECL. Oh, it's the three. Yeah, I like it. I'm bullish on the market, like I said. It should bounce here. It should bounce. It was up 9%. I think this is great. I think it follows the cues, right? It looks like it follows the cues, and the cues looks very bullish. This is a 3x share. If you look at it in the long term, it just goes up. It just goes up. The only thing is when it dips hard. Um, but yeah, the same analysis that I gave for the cues would be the same thing I would think for TECL. Um, and you got to make sure stuff is putting in higher highs. You got to make sure a new trend is being formed, and it has to get above 71. It has to get above 75, and it has to start breaking above certain levels, especially if you didn't get an amazing entry, which was down here. You know. Position sizing, don't go all in one. Yeah. Bro, didn't QQQ reach a higher? Yeah, exactly. And the thing about TCL or these 3X, like the Qs needs to be rocketing, like just going straight up, because if it's chopping or if it's going down even the slightest bit, this thing kind of loses momentum quicker than the Qs. So, and that's for any 3X. Somebody said IWM. I want to look at TNA. If you like TECL, I would rather be looking at TNA, just because I think IWM and small caps have a lot more room to the upside, especially something like TNA, which moves incredibly well. This thing was just at $57 back in December, and like $45 back before the February crash, or whatever. And IWM has not been moving like it. Like this thing is set out. I have a price target on this to go to 280, and it's at 202. Okay, so anticipate some high volatility coming to small caps and mid caps. And this setup that you have right here is absolutely amazing, because what it did, I'm looking at TNA over IWM right now because I think TNA is probably a better. It's the same thing, right? Same thing, but the TNA is 3x. If you look at the setup right here, this is perfect. This is perfect. Why is it perfect? Some people don't think this is perfect right now because it broke down from the support. But this is just it just swept. It just tricked out all the people that were trying to get this bounce right here, swept below it, and now a lot of people have turned bearish on it. This has potential to squeeze now. Okay, so this looks absolutely incredible. You're getting an amazing entry. Could it come down a little bit more, like 28? Maybe, yeah, like 28, 27, sure. But if we're looking at some June 40 calls on TNA, I don't think much could beat. I honestly don't think much could beat that. This is probably one of my favorite setups. And I think Chad in the Discord is on it, and I think I'm gonna join him on that one because it does look good. And like I said, I think small caps and mid caps are gonna have a huge moment during the second wave. Okay? During the second wave. And if you look at what TNA did in August, like this is what it was doing, pre-August. Like even when the market bottomed, this didn't do much, okay? It just did this. It was just stuck, okay? It dipped down here and went over here. But when the market finally did its thing in August 5th, when the market crashed, this thing was at $32, and then it ran all the way to $58 in the span of 3 months. Okay, I anticipate the same thing to happen right here, but even more violent. Okay, because the second wave should be the bigger wave, should be the more euphoric wave, should be the topping wave, should be the everybody's saying get stocks, everybody's saying get in the small caps. And I think this should go absolutely crazy. So TNA looks absolutely incredible. I'd be looking at July, August calls. This is just a good setup in general, especially like what usually happens is you don't get that W, okay? You don't get the double bottom. You get it stopping like 3/4 of the way. and that is way more bullish in my opinion than it going down and double bottom right here, because what we usually get is it stopping and it making a huge reversal. Okay, I've seen this setup. I wish I could show you guys more stocks that I've seen this exact same thing play out on, but I forgot them. But if you follow the live stream, you've heard me talk about this, you've seen me talk about this, you've seen it play out, and I think it's gonna play out. Bro said all-time highs are coming. Hey man, you know what's funny? I think I remember your profile picture a while ago. Hold on, bro. Your name is wealthonmars.com. Yo, who is this, bro? Hold it. Who is this, bro? Nah, bro. Who is this? $40 price target. Oh yeah, that's light. Chegg. Let's look at Chegg. Chegg is dying, by the way. I mean, AI is a thing. Nah, this what the, yo, man, come on, bro. There's no way. There's no way. No, this is probably gonna go bankrupt. I mean, Chegg got put out of business by. I didn't even have to look at the chart to know that this is probably at zero. Because you have Chat GPT, you have Grok, you have OpenAI, you have so many things in the AI space that's gonna take that. Come on now, you don't need Chegg. People just go to Chat GPT. So yeah, this is going to zero. This is probably never gonna go back up. This is probably gonna delist. I don't even think this was a serious question you just asked me yet. I don't think you think this is gonna go back up. I've been tapped in for a minute. No, I've seen your profile picture like a lot, or like I remember it. My boy Diego in here, been with Juan for 4 years. Guy's still on. It's fun. Like, I'll never cheat the game. You know, like this is a hobby. I love to do this. I would never stop looking at stocks, and I think that's probably the best thing about this, about Juan. Man, I'll never stop doing stocks, man. I don't care if we got 10 people in here. Man, I don't care if we got 3 people in here, man. I'm still gonna be chatting. Cause some of you guys, like, there's always somebody that comes in here and they just got a brilliant idea. Now Chegg, I don't know about that one. Chegg is crazy. Chegg is definitely crazy. Cause this is, come on. It gave you the middle finger. The charts that, like, as soon as you saw this, like the charts that give you the middle finger right now, because 2020 and 2021 was so crazy. The good ones, how you find out a good stock and if it's an actual people are actually investing into it, big investors, and it's not a BS company, is if it started curling up midway, okay, and about to come back to the 2022 or 2021 highs. Like you saw with CrowdStrike, it was giving you the middle finger. It was about to. And 2021 was so crazy. And then it curled up and started going crazy, okay? Twilio, it was going to give you the middle finger. But no, it's actually a real company. It's going to curl back up and it's going to do its thing. Twilio is very bullish. PayPal is going to curl back up and do its thing, okay? This is why a lot of these stocks look absolutely incredible, because they're about to curl up and give you some sort of move to the upside. Maybe not all-time high for a lot of them, but a lot of them do look great. Okay, Baba's another one. Like, 2021 was so crazy to where, yeah, a lot of stock charts probably look like the middle finger, and then Baba curling up. Yeah, Baba's gonna go crazy. Adam and Eve pattern, nasty pattern, broke out, gonna go crazy. Billy, same sort of thing. China looks very bullish. China, same thing. Adam and Eve. Gonna go crazy. And then you look at Chegg. Man, this is just give you the, like, yeah, it's done. He said I'm using the wrong platform. Yahoo Finance. You gotta be over 40. You gotta be over 40. Search up Yahoo Finance. Bro, I know what Yahoo Finance is. I know what Yahoo Finance is, bro. And I don't even think they have charts like this. You must be worried. You must get a commission. You must get a commission for messing with Yahoo Finance, bro, because there's no way. Target scares me. I hate looking at stocks that are at a double bottom. I hate looking at them, but It's good risk to reward. Me personally, I don't like looking at stocks that are at the double bottom. If this comes down just a bit more, maybe a bit below $100 or 98 or something like that, I'd like it a lot more. Um, but is this a good buying? Is this a good buy right here? Man, absolutely. I think Target is probably a stock that you can add equity in. Like, there's not many stocks that you can say that for, but Target is one of them. Like, I love Target. I really do. I think Target's better than Walmart. I'd rather go to Target than a lot. Like, first of all, if I'm going shopping, I gotta go to Target. If I'm looking for groceries, it's Target. I'm not looking. I'm not. Come on, man. Target canceled. Yeah, that's probably why. That's probably why it's not. It's not. You know. But yeah, is this a good? Is this probably a good buy? Yeah, but I either want to see it liquidity grab the people that are trying to get this, or somebody says right below Bloomberg Terminal. Nah, Bloomberg Terminal is a different beast. Don't you have to have like 10K? You gotta buy it for like 10K or something like that a year. It's something like that. Something crazy. Uh, but yeah, this one looks good. I like it. I like it. Elf. Elf went crazy, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, this. The reason I don't like it though is because when it should have been going crazy in August. Like this should have went crazy in August. This thing actually just continued to dump, and should it get a bounce? Sure. I mean, you got a bounce right here as well, and then but I don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. General Dynamics. Did this have earnings? Why is it so strong and the rest of the market has been kind of? Oh, this thing's nice, bro. What is General Dynamics? Aerospace and defense. I absolutely love this one. And it's funny. Nobody said BA. Nobody said LMT. This looks incredible, bro. This looks incredible. Um, the only thing is, the only thing is, this goes up. This goes up when the market doesn't really go up. So when the Qs is dropping, this goes up, yeah. But when the Qs is going up, this thing usually drops, kind of like what you've been seeing since November, or just chops once it topped out. But could it? It actually bottomed out when the market bottomed out, and it did go up, and but the market has been crashing since February. Like when the market topped out, this bottomed out and started going crazy. So I like it. Do I think there's gonna be some more consolidation right here? Probably. Is this just a good stock though? Is this just a good trend? Absolutely. Like look at this, bro. Now I would have loved to get this on February because it literally. This is why you need to learn the fibs. It literally hit the green buying area perfectly on a monthly, and you could have caught a perfect bounce on it. But yeah, I like it, bro. I like it. What I like even more is BA. Man, this is my crazy X, man. This is my crazy X because I never make money on it. I swear, I never make money on BA. But I think now is the time. I think it has to. I think it's time. I think it's time, and I think I'm gonna print bigly on it because there's no way I'm just gonna get robbed again and again and again on something like BA, especially especially when you look at what I'm looking at on it right now. Okay, first of all, just take a mental picture. This looks exactly like what's happening right here. Does it not? Am I crazy? Yeah, I lost some bread on your BA. He's all good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why BA is like that, bro. I wish. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're just too good, bro. Whoever's trading BA, whoever's making sure nobody makes money on BA, they're really good. But could this time be different? Could this time be different? I mean, it's on the perfect trend line. It's at the bottom. It's not like we're buying up here. It's not like we're buying up here. Like we're getting in at a good price, right? Man, I love BA, and it's aerospace and defense like GD. Trump. This is what Trump usually does when he's in office, and he makes BA go crazy. Trump was in office when this was happening. He said, "Be careful, bro." No, for real. With a plane crashing every now week, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I might just leave it alone. I think there's so many good stocks in the market to where we don't have to force BA. But if I see this at $250 in May, man, I'm gonna be it's gonna be Dev. It's gonna be a crazy day, man. Verizon. Oh, you guys are spamming. We looked at Verizon is a dividend king. The dividend stocks. What you have to realize about the dividend stock, these just I wouldn't day trade options with them. I do think Verizon's bullish just because a lot of dividend stocks are now turning bullish, and when the market goes down, they usually go up. Okay, but is it bullish or bearish, man? This is you know I wouldn't buy it up here. Let me see though. Came down to the like I would try to get in at $41, but I would wait for it to start closing above 44 if I was to look at it again or if I wanted to get into it. But this stock chops, man. Are you trying to get equity on it? What are you trying to do with it? Yeah, I would just buy Verizon equity, man. The dividends are crazy on it. Like there's certain stocks that I don't touch for day trades. There's certain stocks that I don't touch options on. Equity is probably just the best thing. Okay. Boomer stock. There you go. It's a boomer stock, man. And boomer stocks are good. Okay, boomer stocks are amazing. They're excellent because they're most likely just gonna go up. They're most likely just gonna chop. They're gonna give you an amazing dividend. You could it's just good. It's just good. But options, nah, they don't mess with options on Verizon. I mean, they do, but I think the Qs are going to 491 tomorrow. Jeez, that'd be a big move. What are futures doing? And the thing is, like, it's FOMC. Usually the market chops into FOMC. So and it's down 0.53%, which means nothing. Like it could open green or it could open more red. But it does have FOMC. Future ripping. All right, bro. If we don't get to 3,490 followers on the Twitter, I'm gonna call it a night. I've been live for an hour, like an hour and a half, just chatting with you guys, man, getting this education in. How about Intel? I think chips are gonna lead. Chips are gonna lead the market into the next all time high. We said that on the Twitter, like 3-4 days ago. The Twitter is the same as the username on TikTok, but look, this is why you need to follow the Twitter. Unpopular opinion: chips are ready to carry the market to all time high. This is when Nvidia, like this was Tuesday, or no, this was Wednesday. Okay, Nvidia was at like 104, now it's at 120. So AMD was crashing. Now it's going. So I think chips are going to end up taking the market to all time highs. Someone said it won't be Intel. Yeah, nah, for real. They said it won't be Intel, but Intel went stupid like that day. And to be honest, Intel is due. Okay, okay, Intel is due, man. I don't care what anybody says. Intel is due, and that was on Wednesday, which is funny. Okay, I put out the tweet. Intel had Intel went to $20, And then he said that, and then the next day it gapped up all the way to 24, and so don't trust everything you see on the comments, man, because I think Intel's gonna have a crazy few weeks, because like I said, I think chips are gonna lead you to the next leg to the upside. I did use INTC for rage bait though. I'm not gonna lie. You know how many people are mad, bro? That I like look at what it's been doing, bro. Bro, since 2021, this thing has just been falling for 3 years, man. It hasn't. People get excited, and then it's funny, bro. Maybe Lay's chips, not Intel. Nah, man, for real. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning into the live stream, man. Follow the Twitter if you haven't. We looked at Tesla. We looked at a lot of the stocks. But yeah, man. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Go to the link in the bio if anything, and I'm out. Peace.